Hello there, Daniel Goldman here with the Brain and Body Foundation. Now this year, 2023, the BBF in collaboration with Embrace Kids Foundation and Tackle Sickle Cell commenced Project SCD Nigeria. Now our goal is to distribute Citamil, which is a combination of vitamin C, vitamin D and zinc, to as many as 2,000 kids living with sickle cell disease. So far in the year, we've been able to reach over 1,000 kids living with the disorder, and many of them have come back saying that Citamil has helped improve their quality of life. At the start of the project, we set a few parameters to help guide the progress of Citamil in the lives of these kids. Now in this video, my colleagues and I have put together reports just to score how well Citamil has done in respect to sleep, appetite, fatigue, the frequency and severity of the crisis, as well as the duration of the crisis. And also, for many of these kids that used to be admitted at the hospitals before starting Citamil, we've been able to observe how well they've done so far. And here's what they had to say.
For appetite, we have experienced significant improvement at the BBF clinic this year. A substantial amount of our sickle cell warriors have come back saying they have improved appetite, which was not the case before they commenced Citamil. Prior to their first visit at the BBF clinic, a lot of our patients came in saying their kids were picky eaters, they had poor appetite. Most of them would take lots of water but not food. A clear example is Zainab Salisu, a 6-year-old with sickle cell disease. On Zainab's first visit, her mom complained that Zainab was a picky eater. She wouldn't eat anything presented to her except she was in the mood. She would drink water but not food. After a month of therapy on Citamil, Zainab came back with her mom testifying she literally eats everything presented to her now. It's an amazing progress and we are happy she gets to experience that. We've also had other parents come in and jokingly say we need to provide feeding money because the kids are literally finishing all the food in the house. And so we're giving Citamil an 80% for an improved appetite for these patients. We are impressed that kids living with sickle cell disease are beginning to eat more. Reports like this encourage us to do more.
In the case of crisis severity, we experience a lot of improvements and testimonies with our sickle cell patients. Now, crisis severity, a lot of patients come in with worst possible pain to mild pains, which is the lowest. But now we've had some go down to moderate pains from just a few months of taking Citamil. A good study is Austin Oku, who started out with severe pains, really severe pains, but now he has not had a pain in the last 5 months. He's been with us since April, and this has been his improvement. Now, regarding duration, which is the length of time a pain crisis lasts. Majority of our patients have come in with a crisis duration of 7 days to 2 weeks. A good report of reduced crisis duration would be the case of Jude Luca, who came in with a crisis duration of 7 days and now has a crisis duration of 2 to 3 days. Cases like this have enabled us to rate Citamil 80% for crisis duration and 75% for crisis severity.
Crisis frequency is one of the main things we pay attention to at the Brain and Body Foundation. This whole year we've seen such amazing testimonies in regards to crisis frequency. We've seen so much. One example of this is a 12-year-old girl, Nahat Asama. Before she came to the Brain and Body Foundation and started taking Citamil, she used to have crisis every month and sometimes even daily, back-to-back days, and they will normally last for up to 2 weeks. Now, since she started last December, so now a whole 1 year, she's only had crisis only 4 times this year. It's been an amazing story. We at the Brain and Body Foundation will score Citamil 80% in regards to its effects to reduce crisis frequency. Thank you.
For fatigue, it would interest you to note that we have observed reduced fatigue levels with children living with sickle cell disease. For many of these children that have improved strength, Joel Al-Hassan stands out. I remember his first visit, he struggled to come up the staircase. I had to attend to him downstairs, but some months after, Joel Al-Hassan could come up the stairs by himself, and even his dad affirmed that he could do some chores and run some errands in the house. We are happy that these children are getting stronger, and we pray this continues to the next year. And from our feedback, we have rated Citamil at 70% for reduced fatigue levels. Thank you.
From general reports that we've been receiving from our patients at the clinics, Citamil is really helping these kids to sleep a lot better. Our patients who came before and had issues with sleeping, they don't have that issue anymore. They've come back a couple of months after using Citamil and they have no complaints about sleep. They're sleeping really well. This has encouraged us at the Brain and Body Foundation to give sleep 100% when it comes to Citamil. Thank you.
I'd also like to add to what my colleagues have said by saying that a lot of these kids are no longer going into the hospital for blood transfusions and frequent admissions. We're also glad to announce that most of them are back in school and are doing well with their domestic chores. And this is encouraging us to do more even for the year 2024. So please, if you're out there, if you're one way or another, a parent of a child with sickle cell disease or a support group that has a lot of sickle cell disease in your system, please reach out to us at the Brain and Body Foundation and be a part of the Project SCD Nigeria. We're looking forward to collaborating with as many of you out there, and we're hoping that together we can provide a lot of care for these kids living with sickle cell disease and make a difference in impacting their lives. Now, our main goal is to care for all, and we continue to stand through to that word to make sure that no child suffers from sickle cell disease. Thank you.